All right, this next lift we're going to do for our upper body is called a pike press. Now for this lift you don't need any weights, you just need yourself and the floor. Now first thing you're going to do is get yourself into push-up position. But what you need to do is walk your feet towards your hands, and you're going to get your hips high up above your hands. So once your hips are high up above your hands and shoulders, you're going to come straight down and push it back up. And that is a pike press. Now for those, if you want to make them easier, what you can do is walk your feet back, or you can even do them up on your knees at first if you need to, in order to lighten up the weight. Make sure that it's something that you can do. Now for these we are going to do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Now if you want to make these harder, every time that you get down to the bottom of the lift, hold it for a 2-second count and then push it back up, or you can increase the amount of repetitions that you do. Again, that's going to be 3 sets of 15 repetitions. All right, for this upper body lift, you're going to need your resistance bands. Now, the first thing you're going to do with the bands in hand is step on it with your right or left foot. Now you're going to start with one hand up, ready for a shoulder press, and the other hand is out in front so that you can do an upright row. Now this is going to be a compound lift where we're actually going to be doing both of these. Now how this works is you're going to start off with the upright row, make sure that you're driving up with that elbow. Your hand should always be lower than your elbow. Then you're going to push it up for a shoulder press, down, down. There's 2, down, and 3, down, and 4, down. Once you get to 15, then you're just going to switch it up. Now you're going to do your upright row with your left hand, press with your right, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down. You're going to take that to 15, and that will be 1 set. We're going to do 2 sets of 15 on each side. Now, with these, if you want to decrease the intensity of this lift, you can move to a lighter resistance band, or you can use a lighter dumbbell. And if you want to increase the intensity of this lift, you can increase the amount of repetitions that you do, or find yourself a stronger resistance band. Now again, that's going to be 2 sets of 15 repetitions each side. Alright, for this upper body lift, you're going to need your resistance bands. Now the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and step on it out front. And in both hands we're going to do a lateral raise with a bicep engagement. So you're going to take it up for your lateral raise, then I want you to bring it in. When you bring it in, almost just like you're flexing your bicep when you're flexing it up top, you're just going to flex it coming in and bring it out and back down. Here's 2, bicep engagement, out and down. Now with these ones we are going to go to 20 repetitions. So we're going to do 3 sets of 20 repetitions. In order to decrease the intensity of this lift, you can use a lighter band, or you can use no band at all. And if you want to increase, make sure you use a heavier band, or you can go ahead and grab your dumbbells. And when you come up, make sure you hold it and really engage it at the top and truly squeeze on the bicep engagement before you come back down. Now again, that's going to be 3 sets of 20 repetitions. All right, the next lift we're going to do is a compound lift. We're actually going to be doing 2 different lifts in one. Now we're going to be doing a bent over row with a rear deltoid raise. Now this is what that looks like. You're going to go ahead and start off with your feet at shoulder width apart, and you're going to bend down, keeping your back flat. Make sure that you keep your back flat with these. Now with your back flat, you're going to go ahead and do your bent over row first, pulling those elbows up straight along your side, squeezing through the middle of your back. Then you're going to extend it back out, and then you're going to do your rear deltoid raise and back down. Then back into your bent over row and out, rear deltoid raise and down. There's 2 and there's 3. So every time you do each lift once, that is 1 repetition. We are going to do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Now with these, to make them easier, you can do both of the lifts individually. Do your bent over rows first, take a rest, and then do your rear deltoid raises. And then if you want to make these harder, When you do your rear deltoid raise, hold it at the top for a 3-second count for each repetition. If that's not enough, you can increase the amount of repetitions that you do. Again, that's going to be 3 sets of 15 repetitions. The next lift for our lower body, we don't need any weights at all. These are called isolated lunge jumps. Now with these, the first thing you're going to do is step out with your right leg, get yourself in a good lunge position. Now you're going to go down into the lunge and explode up off the ground, leaving both feet and getting up off of the ground. Now when you go off the ground, make sure you keep your legs wide so that when you land right back in the lunge position. Now I'm going to show you 3 of these regular. So to do these regular, just explode up off the ground, right back down into the lunge position. There's 2 and 3. Always back in lunge position. Now to decrease intensity, just go ahead and go through a regular lunge. Or if it's just hard to go down as low, just go halfway and get up off the ground, lunging halfway and go through your reps. If you want to increase the intensity, whenever you land, hold it for a 3-second count. Make sure when you explode, you get up as high off of the ground as you can possibly get. Now, for these, we are going to do 2 sets of 20 repetitions each leg. All right, the next lift we're going to do for our lower body is going to be calf raises. For this time, when we do our calf raise, we're going to be freestanding, and we're also going to change the positioning of our feet. So with your light dumbbells in hand, what you're going to do is you're going to point your toes out. Point both toes outward, and then you're just going to hold your arms here in the front, or you can hold them up towards your face. Either way, you're going to come up as high as you can up on those toes, squeeze through your calves, and then back down. Try to go as slow as possible. Try to hold it up at the top for at least a 1-second count for each rep. And you're going to go all the way up to 25 repetitions with your toes pointed out. Now after that one, you're going to turn and point your toes inward. With your toes pointed inward, same thing. You're going to come up high on those toes. Try to make it at least 1 second for each rep. You're going to go up to 25. Then you're going to point your toes straight forward, coming up high on your toes and back down for 25 reps. Now with this one, we're only going to do 1 set at each position with 25 repetitions at each position. Now to make these easier, just decrease the amount of repetitions that you do, and the exact opposite, to make it harder, just increase the amount of repetitions that you do. All right, the next lift we're going to do for our lower body is going to be a squat with a calf raise. Make sure when you do your squat that you go all the way down to where your weights get down to the floor. So you're going to squat all the way down to the floor, then you're going to come up and go up high for a calf raise, and back down into a squat, up high for a calf raise. Now to increase the intensity of this lift, when you come down and come up, hold it at the top, squeeze through those calves for a 5-second count for each repetition. If you want to decrease the intensity level, don't go down as far into your squat and then come up for that calf raise. Now for these, we're going to do 2 sets of 25 repetitions.